Hi guys, how are you doing? What are you eating? I'm having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with sweet potato chips and pop. Nope, not healthy. Anyway, oh my god, this all... Don't you hate that? Oh well, it's all on my plate now. It's, blueberry jam. I might have to get something. There's a huge blob. And then my husband found these sweet potato. Oh my gosh, chips. They're so good. Yeah. I'm hungry. It's 3 o'clock. And I haven't eaten, but if you're new here, you know we get up really late. Because my husband works nights, so welcome. I have zero idea of what I'm going to talk about today. Zero. Just a minute. I need to get in there and put this jam back on my sandwich. There's like a tablespoon at least worth of jam on my plate. Well, I can talk about what I'm going to do today. So, because I haven't done crap. I have literally, oh my gosh, you guys. I've been so tired lately. Yesterday I slept. I don't know if I talked about that, but I took a nap. On the couch. Those are so good. You know when you have like a fever and you're like feverish? And you're super tired and stuff and things are all kind of weird. That's how it was. And then today, we just sat out on the front porch. And had coffee. I don't know, I can hear something. Coco says hi. Okay. I'm done. This channel is not called Coco. My other one is. That's not the full name, but so we sat on the front porch and had coffee. Came in. He needed to get ready for work. Like, as he's getting ready to work, I freaking go lay in the bed. I had gotten dressed. I had gotten dressed. But all of a sudden, I was so tired. Lay down, closed my eyes. I was just like, oh. And then, I had to leave, so I'm like, oh, got up, came downstairs, What's so frustrating is before I tell the rest. Oh, well, and then I laid down when I left and I took a nap. End of story. So I slept for an hour and a half. What's a little irking me is today is the first time in a really long time where I was like, oh, I kind of have some energy and I'm kind of feeling good about stuff. Nope. Mm-mm. We got 2 packages today. One was a couple of gifts from my son for his birthday. I'm irritated because I ordered them gift wrap. They're more good thing I ordered a birthday like bag. The other things for my other channel. I'm gonna do an unboxing. I love doing unboxings. It's a team at home. Wonder how long that's gonna be around for now. Yeah. You're a little piggy pie. I swear to you guys, I normally eat way healthier than I have since I started this channel. This gluten-free bread though, it's good and it's not making me sick, so it's nice to be able to have, you know. I'm gonna make spaghetti and meatballs for later. And I got the protein spaghetti noodles, I think, or they're made with something else. I can't remember now if they're made with something else. But yeah, that'll last us the rest of the week. Usually, when I make spaghetti, we waste a lot of it because we just, you get tired of it. Oh, I had spaghetti for lunch. Oh, I had spaghetti for dinner. I was going to tell you guys about my stupid backstory. Okay, so this kind of has something to do with that, but when I was 19, I got T-boned, and it really wasn't that big of an accident, but I got really hurt. My head hit the window. My back was injured. Herniated disc, That was when I was 19. So then, this was at our last house, yeah. So like 10 or 12 years ago. Yeah, I don't remember. It was 13 years ago, 14 years ago, something like that. Fucking hair. Oh, my hair is driving me nuts. Coco. Coco. The neighbor's dogs have been loose. So I'm kind of watching for them. Anyway, we had a bird. It was in a really big cage. What kind of bird was that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. A parrot. A lovebird? Oh, Lord. I don't know. Green, white, red. Anyway, you would think I would know because I'm so into animals, but my memory is just, forget it. So I needed to clean the cage. And it was like, this cage was big, and it was sitting on top of something that we had, some type of stand. And so I needed to lift the cage off of this stand and set it down. So I go grab one of our bar stools from the kitchen breakfast counter. Don't ever stand on a bar stool. This was one that didn't have a back. It was just a bar stool. The plainest, most boring bar stool you can think of. They're very tippy, but that's not what happened. So I took it into the, she was taking it from me. I took it into the office because I thought, okay, I'll use this to, like, I've never done this before. I'll use this to like lift it off and like, then I'll put it down. And so I stood up on top of the Coco. On my other channel, it's cute because everybody likes her, but because she's a huge part of our channel, so they like it when she barks. But oh, this isn't gonna work. How am I gonna lift this standing on this thing? And maybe it was the first time we had the cage. I don't know. First time I was gonna clean that cage. Because now that I think back, I'm like, how did I not know how to like take this thing down? Well, I decided to step off of the stool. So I'm standing on a stool, and you know, they're like pretty much as tall as this chair. So I don't know, like 3 feet. No. I don't know. But it's a bar stool. So I'm standing on it, and I go to put my right foot, my right leg down onto the ground. Right? My foot went through the ring of the stool instead of straight down. I don't know how. So my leg went through the bar on the bottom of the bar stool, and I fell. Now, I don't know how, but I fractured a vertebra. My husband would remember this story better than friggin' I would, and he wasn't even there. I know I fell on the bar stool, and I'm trying to figure out how I did that. either twisted around real quick or something. I don't know. I'll ask him next time we're eating. I'll ask him if I remember. So, oh my God, that hurt so bad. Oh my God, that hurt so bad. Did I go to the doctor? No. I went to work. And halfway through work, just like with the raccoon thing, I was like, I gotta go. Now, the director, because I was a teacher, the director that I worked for, total. But at the time, she was nice because I had just started working for her. I didn't know who she really was at that time. Sometimes people don't show you who they are until it's too late. So she's like, oh, Mark, I gotta go, my back hurts so bad. Like I fell, I told her. She goes, I'm really bad with details. Like I can tell you some stuff, and then I think when it comes to trauma stuff, traumatic stuff for me, my brain like cuts a lot of it out. Here's what happened. I don't know what the frick she told me. I don't know how I ended up doing this, but I went to a chiropractor instead of to the urgent care. So either, because for some reason, I know she went to the chiropractor, but I don't know. So I went to this chiropractor, and they're like taking my information. I'm just like I'm sweating. I'm like, I'm hurting so bad. I don't want to move. And this chiropractor, I don't know if all chiropractors do this, because I had been to a chiropractor before and he didn't do this to me. When I got in a T-bone accident and my disc was herniated, I went to a chiropractor first. And he didn't do this, but this chiropractor was like, before I do anything, he had me fill out all the paperwork and everything, but he's like, before I do anything, because you're in so much pain, he goes, I'm going to just get an x-ray. I'm like, okay. So he gets an x-ray. Now, at the time, the clinic that I was going to, my doctor was right across the highway, like almost directly across. Literally the highway from where this chiropractor was. And we have this very, very small town. It's just spread out in some areas, so there's kind of a big population, but the town itself, people don't live here for like the shops and stuff like that. They live here because it's a really safe community. Really good schools, that kind of stuff. But he took the x-ray. He's like, I can't work on you. He goes, you have a fractured vertebra. I'm going to give you these x-rays. I want you to go right now. Over there. I don't know. So I go over there. They had the urgent care walk-in part of my doctor's office. And I'm like, oh my God, So I'm like, I'm telling the person I need to get in right away. Like, I just was at the chiropractor. They gave me these x-rays and he said that one of my vertebrae is fractured. So they get me in. This is long story short, because I'm just going to give up trying to give the little tiny details. Maybe my husband can do that. Basically, I got in. They took my x-rays, like took them physically. They physically took the x-rays. I go in, I see this doctor was so unprofessional. I wish, oh my gosh, don't you wish, and sometimes you could go back in time and like change the way like you could have said something about somebody or told somebody. He goes, well, walk for me real quick. So I didn't, he literally said, it looks like you have a hockey stick stuck up your ASS when you walk. I'm not even kidding you. And he's like, well, what is it that you want us to do for you? And I said, well, I'm here because the chiropractor told me to come over here because he said I have a fractured vertebra. And he goes, we're still waiting for the radiologist report. He goes, Coco, stop. No, there's nothing. We're still waiting for the radiologist report. I think this guy, I don't know what his problem was. I don't know if he didn't like me. I don't know what his deal was. But he's like, well, we're still waiting for the radiologist to, review the x-rays and to get back. There's nothing I can do for you. I'm like, well, should I wait? Like, I can wait. And he's like, no, you don't need to wait. We'll call you. I'm like, okay, well, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, it's not serious. Then, like, this isn't a serious thing. It's just painful. I'm like, seems so weird to me. So this was daylight. I know it was daylight. I don't know what time it was, but I'm going to say 4:00, something like that. The urgent clinic was open pretty late. I know it was open until at least 9. I got a phone call from the urgent clinic. And it was a nurse or a technician or somebody. And she said, is this, Rainy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, it's so-and-so from blank urgent clinic. You have a fractured vertebra. Really? They referred me to a spine specialist, back specialist, I don't know his actual title. Again, there's really not much they can do. I had so many cortisone shots, and they were giving me pain medication. This was before the whole pain medication thing came about, where people were abusing them. We used to go to Rite Aid, which was a pharmacy. But we decided to change to CVS, I think, or something like that. Now that was before we started seeing this doctor. So I would go to him, I would get shots. I had a bunch of stuff done. They it was the weirdest thing. They had me on this table, laying on my stomach, obviously. Look at my hair, oh my God. And I was looking forward, I could see the screen, and they were inserting 2 needles like this into my back. I could see them. Well, I had a bunch of stuff done. Anyway, so it's healing, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know. There's not much, again, that they could do. And so I'm getting pain medications. I'm seeing him pretty much monthly, every month, every couple months, something like that. And so I was running low on my pain meds. And my husband called, and he's like, oh, I need to refill my wife's medication. They're like, oh, okay. So he had been prescribing me the pain medication to the CVS, because prior to us going to him, we switched to CVS, right? But we had been going to Rite Aid. And we had been going Rite Aid for years. So we had just switched over to CVS before we started seeing this doctor. So the nurse said, at CVS, right? And he goes, no, Rite Aid. The nurse freaked out, told the doctor, these people are going to Rite Aid, they're going to CVS, they're probably doctor shopping, blah, blah, blah. So I went in there, and the next time he yelled at me. He said he was going to call the police. I was bawling my eyes out. I'm like, this is a huge misunderstanding. I'm like, you can call the pharmacy right now and get an answer. I'm like, you call them. Call them. Have we ever asked you? Like, call them and see if I'm a patient there. Just call them. They'll tell you. And he was just yelling at me. He had the door open. He's like, you need to get the F out of my office and all this kind of... I've never been so embarrassed, so humiliated, so insulted, so in shock, so just confused in my life. I was just like, I was so irritated at my husband. And he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, we've been going there for years. He even told the doctor that. He's like, that's my fault. We've gone there for years. I totally spaced. He's like, it's a simple misunderstanding. They weren't going to listen to anything we had to say. Well, after a year and a half of me going to him, and several other specialists, I was so upset. I told my husband I'm never going to see another doctor for my back. I'm just gonna grin and bear it. The cortisone shots, to be fair, would only last sometimes never. Sometimes it wouldn't do anything. Sometimes it would last a couple days. So thanks to all the people who abuse pain medications, because that was so messed up. He should have never acted like that. The minute that nurse heard my husband say that, she should have been like, well, it says here that you go to CVS, and he would have been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yes, it's CVS. And after that, if she still had doubts, before you go to your boss, your manager, the doctor, why don't you call? Do a little bit of research. Just call them. This is so-and-so from blah, blah, blah clinic. We're just checking to see if Rami is a patient there and is currently getting any prescription medications from you. No, she's not. Oh, okay, thank you. I begged him to call. I told him I would call. He's like, they're not going to give you the information. You're not a doctor. Then you call. Yeah. That was when the whole, I'll call it a pandemic of people abusing prescription pain pills started becoming a really big problem or something like that. And people would I don't know how people do it, but they would go to how would they go to several pharmacies though? That's how I don't I don't, because like, here's what I don't understand. When we switched pharmacies, like all of our information goes to the new pharmacy. It's not like they, I mean, they still have the information, I'm sure, like if you need it for taxes. You know, I'm sure if I went to a Rite Aid today, they'd probably be like, oh yeah, you were here back in 1990. I don't know if they keep them that far, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't all of your information go to the new place? And so, like, wouldn't that pharmacy be like, well, you don't go here anymore, so I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wait. If the doctor is prescribing medication and sending it to a pharmacy, how am I getting it from another pharmacy? If they sent, okay, so the month prior, right, they sent it to CVS, and I picked up that medication from CVS. Running out of medication, need to refill it. Husband calls, says the wrong pharmacy, right? But there's no prescription that's been called in. So whether he said Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens, Bartell's, whatever, none of them are going to have any of that medication because it hasn't been prescribed from a doctor. So, like, wouldn't she have just been like, oh, you moved pharmacies? And then my husband would have been like, what are you talking about? Oh, no, we go to CVS, sorry. So why was there, I don't know. I don't know. My husband knew somebody who's like really addicted to that stuff. Like he legitimately had something that had happened to him at some point. And he was on like a pain contract or something like that with his doctor. But said like if he went to another doctor or whatever, you know, he'd be cut off. But yeah, he had a really big problem with that stuff. That's scary. Anywho, how he I'm done, you guys. Oh, and I think I have the energy to maybe even do my unboxing video, but I really want to get to my diamond painting, so I think I'm going to do that. We'll see if I make the spaghetti meatballs. I'm going to. So with that, you guys, I will see you. I'll probably see you later today. Okay, bye.